This car battery just failed to start the car. The question is, does it need to be replaced or not? We'll test it to make sure we're not wasting our money just buying a new battery. When I remove the first post, you can see corrosion underneath there. Corrosion itself can cause a bad start. Not as much corrosion underneath here, but usually there's more corrosion on the positive side. When I check the battery voltage, we've almost got 13 volts, which is really good. That's a good sign. We'll clean up the connections, and charge everything up, and test the battery. Clean connections are important. Make sure you get the connectors as well. We'll top off the battery, then we'll give it a load test. You can't do a load test unless the battery's topped off. We're at a full charge, we'll test it. With the tester hooked up, we've got about 13 volts. We'll turn the load on for a second and check it. It's between bad and weak. Right now you can say the battery's bad, but we're gonna do one more thing. We'll pull this plate off and check to see what the water level is. Some companies don't want you to get in there to check the water because it makes them last longer if you put water in them. The first couple cells have water, that's a good sign. Usually you just have to pop off 2 caps to see the water. If we look in here, we can see water in every single one of the cells. Usually when I buy a battery, I make sure that you can just pop the caps off so you can check the water. This battery is bad. It has all the volts that it needs, but it doesn't have the amps. When we do the load test, you can see that it goes right over to the bad. Now, if there were a few cells that were a little bit low on water, we could fill it up and recharge it, but with this one being full, we're just gonna get a new battery. The battery has the right voltage, but if we put it back in the car and crank it, you'll see there's not enough amps. We've got the new battery in. We get these from Rural King lately. They're Excite batteries. It was about 110 bucks. I'll do a load test on this one. The battery's showing about 12.5 volts, and when we put the load on it, you can see it's in good shape. Now we're ready for the cold weather. You don't want to replace a battery if you don't need to, but you also don't want to get stuck. Starts like a champ.